Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Tuesday, November 3, 2020. Fox report. Vienna terror attack suspect posed with AK-47 rifle, handgun, machete in chilling photo before deadly rampage. The ISIS wannabe who gunned down 4 people and wounded several others in Vienna posted a chilling photo of himself shortly before the rampage, clutching an AK-47 assault rifle, a handgun and a machete. Kujtim Fejzulai, 20, an Austrian North Macedonian dual citizen with a previous terror conviction, shared the image on Instagram as he pledged his allegiance to the jihadists and their leader, Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurashi, the UK's Mirror reported.
Al Jazeera report. Netflix taps Hollywood of the Middle East to produce new series. Netflix Inc. will debut its first Egyptian television series, Paranormal, on Thursday, marking a significant step in the streaming service's Middle Eastern strategy. The series is based on Egyptian novelist Ahmed Khalid Tawfiq's books about a doctor whose lifelong scientific convictions are suddenly called into question. His critically acclaimed novels in Arabic have sold more than 15 million copies.
CNN report. A plea to American voters, messages from around the world on Election Day. This was adapted from the November 3 edition of CNN's Meanwhile in America, the daily email about U.S. politics for global readers. Click here to read past editions and subscribe. The most critical election in modern American history is here, and neither side trusts the data that shows Democratic nominee Joe Biden as the favorite and that the president has a narrower, but still clear, path to victory.
BBC report. Bobi Wine, Uganda arrests dozens as pop star cleared for election run. Chaos broke out after police fired tear gas at supporters who had escorted him. He is among 11 candidates challenging President Yoweri Museveni, who has been in power since 1986. The election will be held in February next year. Bobi Wine, 38, has shaken up politics in Uganda since he was elected to parliament in 2017. Since he expressed his presidential ambitions, police and the military have repeatedly dispersed his rallies, and beaten and detained his supporters.
Al Jazeera report. Biden, not Trump, is the leader America needs now. Radical socialist, corrupt, inept, these are just some of the labels that the campaign of United States President Donald Trump has tried to pin onto Joe Biden over the past few months. Still, polls show Biden with a significant lead as Americans vote on Election Day. 4 years ago, it was Trump who seemed impermeable to attack, as controversy after controversy did little to shake the loyalty of his supporters.
Fox report. Alabama poll worker is 93 and this election day is her 57th, and last. A 93-year-old Alabama woman who has worked every election day since 1963 says this will be her last. Martha May Ophelia Moon Tucker works at a precinct in Birmingham, where she is the chief inspector. Her remarkable run has lasted 57 years. Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin proclaimed Tuesday to be Martha May Ophelia Moon Tucker Day to celebrate her contributions to the city and democracy. "I'm going to vote as long as they let me, as long as I have breath in my body," Tucker told an appreciative city council last week.
Al Jazeera report. Argentina football great Maradona to undergo brain surgery. Argentine football great Diego Maradona will undergo surgery for a subdural hematoma, a blood clot on the brain, following his admission to a hospital a day earlier. Maradona's Dr. Leopoldo Luque spoke to reporters on Tuesday, saying that the procedure was a routine surgery. "We are going to operate today. He is lucid. He understands. He agrees with the intervention," Luque said. Luque added that Maradona will be transferred to Olivos Clinic in Buenos Aires province.
CNN report. This entrepreneur helps Americans get Italian passports. Business has boomed during the pandemic. Marco Permunian helps Americans acquire Italian passports. Business has never been better, the entrepreneur says. A charged political atmosphere in the United States and the country's coronavirus response has contributed to a surge of interest among Americans who want to claim Italian citizenship, according to Permunian, the founder of Italian Citizenship Assistance (ICA). "I have never seen anything like this in my decade-long career," says Permunian, whose agency helps foreigners obtain Italian passports.
BBC report. Oyibo clashes. Nigerian security agents shot dead my fiancé. They accuse the army of carrying out revenge killings after authorities said 3 policemen and 6 soldiers were killed by members of a proscribed separatist group. Amnesty International also said it had received reports that soldiers are allegedly invading homes and that some residents reported seeing dead bodies on the street, allegedly shot by soldiers. Monday Bakor, 36, told BBC Igbo that police officers shot dead his fiancée Queen Nwazuo on the 22nd of October while they were both locking up their barbing salon.
CNN report. Girl, 2, rescued after 91 hours trapped under rubble in Turkey. A 2-year-old girl has been rescued from a collapsed building nearly 91 hours after a devastating earthquake hit the Aegean coastal Turkish city of Izmir on Friday. Rescuers found Ada Gezgin next to a sturdy dishwasher that apparently shielded her from the impact of the damage. Rescue workers called the space she was lying in a life triangle. Ada called out for her mother as she was carried on a stretcher to an ambulance.
Fox report. Hurricane Ada roars toward Nicaragua as Category 4, extremely dangerous storm. A raging Hurricane Ada is forecast to slam into Nicaragua's Caribbean coast on Tuesday as the storm's heavy rains threaten to unleash deadly floods across Central America. The National Hurricane Center (NHC) said, as of 10 a.m. Est, the storm is packing maximum sustained winds of 145 miles per hour, and is located about 30 miles south-southeast of Puerto Cabezas, Nicaragua. Ada is moving west-southwest at only 5 miles per hour.
Deutsche Welle report. Germany's finance minister backs swift end to EU coronavirus aid talks. German Finance Minister Olaf Scholz urged his EU counterparts on Tuesday to conclude negotiations swiftly on a coronavirus EU recovery package. As European governments move to implement drastic restrictions, it is all the more important to send a strong signal of unity and of a clear prospect for economic recovery and the future of Europe, Scholz said in a video message. What we want to accomplish is that the legislation is implemented by the end of this year so that the money will be available. That's the task we are facing right now, and not reshaping things that have already been agreed on.
Deutsche Welle report. Coronavirus. German hospitals urged to postpone non-critical operations. As the number of COVID-19 cases continues to surge across Germany, hospitals are under pressure to prepare for treating severely ill patients. Staff in many hospitals in Germany are currently working at the limits of their capacity. Uwe Janssens, president of the Interdisciplinary Association for Intensive Care and Emergency Medicine (DIVI), told a press conference on Tuesday. Speaking alongside German Health Minister Jens Spahn, Janssens urged hospitals in regions with high infection numbers to end normal operations as soon as possible.
BBC report. Colombia FARC, the former rebels who need bodyguards to stay safe. But her campaign ended abruptly last year when hooded men burst into her home and killed her partner, Alexander Parra, also a former FARC guerrilla fighter, shooting him 5 times in the back. Ms. Geraldo fled with her children to a nearby city and has not returned to Mercedes. She is one of hundreds of former guerrilla fighters dressed in white T-shirts who marched into Colombia's capital, Bogotá, on Sunday to seek a meeting with President Ivan Duque.
CNN report. This solar company's stock has spiked 300% in 2020. Here's why. After years of being shunned, solar stocks are suddenly all the rage on Wall Street. Sunrun, America's largest rooftop solar company, has spiked more than 300% so far this year. And the Invesco Solar ETF (TAN) has more than doubled in 2020. It's part of a rally fueled in part by hopes of a blue wave that leads to more federal support for renewables, as Joe Biden has called for wiping out carbon emissions from the power grid by 2035.
Deutsche Welle report. Court hears early details of Munster child abuse network. A 53-year-old man appeared at a trial opening on Tuesday, who prosecutors said had already admitted traveling to the city of Munster last August and abusing a 9-year-old boy. Tuesday's proceedings were held behind closed doors to protect the victim, a spokeswoman for Munster's regional court Landrecht said. Testimony was also given by another police officer who interviewed the 53-year-old, from the city of Norderstedt in Germany's northernmost state of Schleswig-Holstein.
Fox report. Pro-Trump messages painted on headstones at Jewish cemetery. Grand Rapids, Mich. Police are investigating vandalism that left several headstones at a Jewish cemetery in Grand Rapids spray painted with Trump and MAGA before President Donald Trump held his final campaign rally in the western Michigan city. Grand Rapids police officers on Monday found 6 headstones spray painted with red paint at the Ahavas Israel Cemetery. The vandalism appeared to be relatively new, with Trump spray painted on the back of 4 headstones, and MAGA, an acronym for the Trump campaign slogan Make America Great Again, spray painted on 2 others, SGT.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.